Hey, it's Steve Morrison from the Preston and Steve Show, and you're listening to Cinescape, changing the landscape of movie and TV news and reviews, whatever the hell that means.
Welcome to the Cinescape Podcast, where we're changing the landscape of movie and TV news and reviews. Hello, everybody. We are back to bring you the latest and greatest from the entertainment world. Movie news, TV news, trailer reviews, all that good stuff. I am your host, Sean Harrigan, joined as always by Bill Roddy Tazzy. Woo! Don't overmodulate, Bill.
He can do it. We got him.
Did I overmodulate, Mike?
He's behind the gate now. He's good.
Gated.
He's gated now.
Gate.
He's in a gated community.
Can you answer for me my question? I said that sounded like one of those sexual nuances.
I was going to say rap guys' girlfriends.
No, what's it? Isn't that something in the kinky community? You know a little bit more than
the what?
The kinky community.
The kink community.
Yeah, Mike, you know these terms. Isn't gated like a term? Like it sounds like something you put your balls in.
It's like docking.
Docking, yeah.
Something you put your balls in.
It sounds like it involves the butthole in some capacity.
I mean,
getting plugged up by something.
Nah, but I don't know. I mean,
so you're saying like, what are you doing this weekend? I'm thinking about getting gated.
Yeah, I'm getting gated, dude. So I don't know. We'll Google it.
Yes, I'm sure Google has something to say about gating.
Google.
Yeah, we'll find out about that at some point. Speaking of gating, Mike Francolino is here with us today to produce our wonderful show. Say hello to the nice people, Michael.
Hello, nice people.
Sean,
don't get gated.
Yes, don't get gated. But Mike had a pretty tremendous life occurrence happened this week.
Yeah, he did.
Mike got promoted at his job.
My day job.
To quality control supervisor.
Just means I'm the guy who annoys everybody and tells them they're doing shit wrong.
Right. And fixes other people's mistakes, most likely.
No, I tell them to fix their mistakes. Quality control doesn't fix their mistakes. I say, you did this wrong, or you're not doing this right, or that's not the way you do that.
So let me ask you then, are you inspecting the quality of the product or the people?
No, well, it's the quality of the product.
I'm a people person.
Are you
what the hell
sure?
is wrong with you people?
But you have to make sure that the people are following the processes to make the product the
Absolutely.
proper product.
As a supervisor, you must keep your soldiers in line in that sense.
I bet they don't like you anymore, do they?
So, I have a team that reports to me.
So let me ask you.
They probably don't like you, right?
Of course they don't like him. Nobody likes the supervisor.
Absolutely not.
Because now he's gone corporate, basically. So they're probably like, remember you used to sit with us in the lunchroom and shoot the shit about
son of a bitch
about how Karen over there smells like piss or something like that.
Yeah, baby, yeah. That's pretty much it.
So do you have your first target for firing? Who you firing?
Wow, that's a loaded question. I'm not answering that.
Yeah, because who it is. Brian, if you're listening over at Q-Tech or wherever you work.
Q-Tip.
Q-Tech.
But no,
he works with Q-Tip.
The position starts on Monday, so 2019's been pretty good to me. I lost 45 pounds.
45 pounds.
We got the station about to make a huge resurgence.
Toxic return.
We got Cinescape back.
Cinescape.
Better than ever. And you got me with an unbelievable position at my day job that enables us to do all the great stuff that we do.
And those sores went away. It was false alarm.
Yep.
Perfect.
Now, if you watch Adam Ruins Everything, he taught me that little red bumps on your wee-wee doesn't mean anything.
I mean, what kind of girl has pimples on her ass, right?
Yeah.
The good ones. I had an ex-girlfriend
who
pimples. Got so excited whenever I had pimples on my ass for her to pop. I know, TMI, but...
I mean, there's certainly a fascination of popping pimples. I get that, but having
Dr. Pimple Popper.
Yeah, having that fascination go to a specific bodily area that needs
specifically the
right.
ass.
Like, I mean, we all get pimples all over and stuff, but to say like
the back.
Yeah, the back's probably the most popular.
Nose.
Most girthy. Yeah, I get nose ones.
Yeah,
I popped
like
one
corner of your
inside.
nose. Yeah, it's stuff.
She named it Pastolio.
Pastolio. Who was this girl? A fucking Italian immigrant?
She was Italian.
Right off of the boat.
Pastolio. What are we having for dinner?
Margarete. Margarete. Dominic De Coco.
All right, well, let's get into the show today. Today's show is brought to you by Alternate Dimension Toys. Stop in today for the largest collection of toys, collectibles, and Funko Pop figures in the area. Bill, before we get into our TV this week, I just wanted to mention a couple of things off the top. If you have not checked out our website, make sure that you go over to Cinescape.com. All of our movie reviews, our editorial pieces, our events calendars up there, links to all of our social media, all our podcast episodes can be found there. Go over there, join in on the community, and show some love and enjoy the site. Make sure you are following us on all social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Just look for the Cinescape.
Yeah, I'll put nudes up on the website.
He'll do it
if people want them.
We'll do it.
I'll put them up.
And thanks to Bill over there, I am making a note to make up the social media graphics when you do that.
Ooh, that's
he's like trying to point places and there's nothing there.
Yeah, go over here.
Yeah. well, tune in next show, and we'll have little things in the air that I can point at.
Well, you can add it just into the lower third. You can just have it right at the bottom there.
Right at the bottom or at the top. I mean, whichever one you want to choose.
It's not just the bottom; it's the top.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, and one more thing, we did recently switch podcasting hosts, so we need you to resubscribe to our iTunes feed that's up on our website as well. If you go over there, subscribe, and leave a 5-star review and a comment, we are going to be giving away a Captain Marvel prize pack, Bill. I brought everything with me.
You did?
I absolutely did. I just wanted to get everything on camera, so in honor of Captain Marvel, we're giving away this Funko Pop prize pack. We have a bunch
Jan Rog
Funko Pop figures. There's Jude Law's Jan Rog there. Good one, looking right at the camera there. Looking nice. What else we got here, Bill? We have Brie Larson herself, Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel. Wow, look at that.
Kree Warrior.
Look at the buns on that.
Xena Warrior Princess.
Yeah.
And we have yet another one in here, but we have Goose the Cat.
Goose.
The Flurkin. Goose the Cat is back in Funko Pop. No, that's a giveaway, Bill.
Okay.
Giveaway.
There you go.
The screening that we were at, the exclusive press screening, Bill, they were giving away these lapel pins. So we have a nice Captain Marvel pin that's going to be a part of the prize pack.
Higher, further,
Absolutely.
faster.
Looking into the camera there. And we have a copy of Entertainment Weekly with Samuel L. and Brie Larson.
Dude, why are these pages stuck together?
I got a little excited before we went and saw the movie, and then not so much excited anymore.
Superhero pose. All right, so there you go.
Like I said, all you have to do is subscribe to us on iTunes, leave a 5-star rating and a nice review, and you could be entered into winning this great prize pack. We'll ship it to you right in the mail, Bill.
Yeah, I mean, I hope people would naturally just give us a 5-star review.
Why wouldn't you?
Without the enticement.
Why wouldn't you?
But this just shows the kind of classy people we are.
Absolutely.
That is willing to take you out, wine
we're
you and dine
from
you.
the rich and giving back to the poor.
And you know what? We're going to make
men in
sweet,
tights.
sensual love to you. We're not no quick,
quick draw McGraw.
No quick jerk in the bathroom at Subway.
No, we're here for the people.
Right, we're here for the people. We love
to give the people some swag.
Absolutely. And you know what? Just an update. I don't know if she's listening, but one of our followers, Tina Higgins.
Yes, it's my cousin, actually.
Your shit's in the mail.
Oh.
She'll probably be getting it soon.
All right, Tina.
Probably any day now.
From the Cinescape soon.
Some Cinescape stuff for you.
Yeah, I've been doing
Check it out
on the Facebook page, Bill, lately.
Yeah.
I've been doing trivia questions of the day.
I know.
I alternate
I
each
feel
day between
sad
movie
because
and TV.
I chimed in on one. I think I won, right? I was correct.
So,
Happy
yes.
Days.
Yep,
I was
yep.
the first.
First.
I know at the same time I'm not going to win anything because,
I've been awarding people one Cinescape cool point for their correct answers.
Yeah. I mean,
I think it's fair.
I would be willing to hear from even our audience members any ideas or suggestions that they ever have that we can help engage our fans more. If you think there's some kind of reward system, some kind of game that we could be playing.
Sure, yeah.
Something that's a nice mix of creativity and...
what I think we should do is we should compile a list of some of the best ideas that we get. So what we want you to do is either on Facebook or Twitter, leave us your suggestions of something that you want to see us do, like a special kind of segment or something like that, and we'll pick out all the best ones.
What do you want us to do?
And we'll make a whole show of it. Like
I want Bill to eat more hot sauce.
If that's a segment, then that's a segment.
I still reminisce about that. That was a god awful.
Yeah, just a totally fan driven episode. It's a little, dancing monkeys.
I watched that recently.
It fucking hurts. I still got to isolate that sound clip so we can use it as a drop.
Yeah, that wasn't fun.
Yeah.
And then over here, what was it, a couple months ago when we tried the sauces that I gave you?
Mm-hmm. Pretty good.
I had some.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was hot.
It was hot. Yeah.
I also wanted to mention one more thing. Last show, we did talk about some of the guest writers that we'd added to our editorial staff for our website.
We got another new.
Yeah, we added a Game of Thrones specialist in Tristan Mayer. Tristan is going to be publishing his Game of Thrones Season 8 preview article that's going to be posted up on the site soon. We'll get that out to you, and he's going to be reviewing each episode each week and discussing some of the happenings of Westeros and beyond. So welcome, Tristan, to our editorial staff, and for the rest of everybody, thanks for your hard work so far, and we'll look forward to more of your submissions. But for now, Bill, let's get into our show finally.
Let's do it.
Get into our TV Buzz segment. We're going to highlight the biggest news stories from the world of television. Bill, start us off.
Yes, so if you have HBO, then you would know that HBO has confirmed release dates and runtimes for the final season of Game of Thrones. The season begins Sunday, April 14th, and will run for 54 minutes. The following episodes will air weekly through May 19th, with the remaining episodes running for 58 minutes, an hour 22 minutes, an hour 18 minutes, an hour and 20 minutes, and an hour and 20 minutes, respectively. People, if this doesn't sound like what you've been waiting for, I don't know what happened.
Play a song again.
Yeah, just play it. I haven't watched Game of Thrones. I know, shock people. I haven't watched it. I could barely get through the first episode. Twice. But I mean, when you've been hearing for the past 2 years, it's gonna be epic, it's gonna be epic, it's gonna be nothing like it, and in the past few months, people are saying there's nothing like it, like it's gonna be epic, and you see those run times right there, like the
girthy episodes.
The last 3 episodes. I mean, basically, if you took all those times I just said.
Hour 18, hour 20.
Thank you for tuning into the Godfather saga here on the last Memorial Day
hour
weekend.
22, 18, hour 20, hour 20.
That's
a couple months ago, we did report on the story that there were reports coming out that these episodes would be feature film length, in runtime, and that's what everybody was expecting. Now, the beginning of the season, is 54 minutes, 58 minutes. But as you get towards the last couple episodes, they're basically, small movies in a sense. So I think somebody did a breakdown of the total runtime for the 6 episodes compared to last season, which was, 8 episodes. And I think there's a very small disparity between the two, even though there's less episodes in this season, just because of the, the added time to each episode. For 6 episodes, even with the extended runtimes, it is a lot to wrap up.
Yeah.
In terms of just everything that they've had going on over the entirety of the series. So it'll be really interesting to see not only how they pull everything off, but just how they pace everything, because a big critique of the last season especially is they're covering long distances in what seems like a matter of hours just to speed things up, and it's dampening to the experience of the suspension of disbelief, so to say. So how they kind of move things along in a way that makes sense logically at the same time is going to be interesting. But I've said it on the show before. I'm more of a book fan. I gave up on the show for a while, then got back into it just for morbid curiosity. So I'll definitely be watching this when it does come out. I recommend you at least try to get through the first season, because I mean, if you're purely a person who is new to it all and you watch the show for what it is, that's fine. If you want to delve further because you like it and you want to get into the books, then you're going to start noticing tons and tons of differences. But
well, if anybody out there can lend me their HBO login, I will
have to subscribe to HBO.
I will
just for this season.
Certainly watch on your behalf.
Hey, why couldn't they put it on Showtime? I have Showtime. All right, Bill, we're going to move along. We're going to read the next one.
Move along.
The CW's Supernatural will officially end after season 15. Series stars Jared Padalecki, Jensen Ackles, and Misha Collins made the announcement in a video posted on Instagram on Friday. In a quote, "We just told the crew, even though we're very excited to be moving into our 15th season, it will be our last," Ackles said. 15 years of a show that has certainly changed my life. I know it's changed these two guys' lives, and we just wanted to hear from us that we're excited about the next year, and it will be the finale. Bill, is this ever a show that you ever really got on board with or checked out?
Not really. I mean, I turned it on TV a few times, just kind of knowing it's been in that Charmed era,
Yeah, I mean, it's a CW. You know what to expect with a CW,
right? It would always kind of piggyback like a Charmed rerun and something like that. So, of course, I just tune in because
it's their longest running show. With currently on season 14, going into season 15. I mean, this was a show that I loved for a long time. I think I stopped watching it around season 9 or 10. Not because I didn't like the show. It's just you just kind of fall off of something for whatever reason, just don't pick back up on it like that, and that's unfortunately what happened to the show. But I mean, not for lack of quality or anything like that, but 15 seasons for any show is certainly a force to be reckoned with. So kudos to those guys for keeping it up for so long. Anything else to add to that, Bill?
No.
All right, well, okay, we're gonna move along. Bill, read our next story.
Yes.
Dan. That's just like a real guttural chortle.
Can you visualize this theme song as it's traveling and you're like, and then at the end we're
I feel like this would be playing in Jabba's palace. Mahan boogie.
About the size of Jabba.
Read the story, Bill.
I'm gonna read it. Give me the chance. Well, ABC has ordered a second season of The Conners, the spinoff of Roseanne that features everyone from the old show but Roseanne Barr. "We are proud to be continuing the story of the iconic Connors family," said ABC Entertainment President Carrie Burke in a statement. "This team is fearless in their willingness to tackle contemporary issues with humor and heart, and I have no doubt they will continue to outdo themselves." And I have no doubt that I couldn't have planned the timing of that song and finishing that story at any other time.
Pretty good sync up there, I do say.
That's what a professional does!
Did you watch any of either Roseanne or The Conners? I mean, this is
what?
Great. Did you watch Roseanne or the new any of it or The Conners at all? And I watched the first episode of Roseanne.
I used to watch Roseanne all the friggin' time.
I mean the new,
the new reboot.
I watched the first episode.
The old one. The old one died off once they got rich and killed off Dan, obviously. But
then they brought him back like it didn't happen.
Yeah. But I'd never seen one episode of the new one.
Yeah, I watched that first. I didn't see The Conners at all, and I don't really care to. I just really added this for posterity, to be honest with you. So we're going to move along, Bill. After a year of speculation, prediction, and analysis, the ink has finally dried on the deal between 21st Century Fox and the Walt Disney Company. But with the movie and television studios coming under control of Disney, many of the broadcast networks from Fox are remaining their own entity, including the national network Fox. The company left in its wake took to Cinescape Media to ring in the new era, promoting all the popular television series that will continue to air on the network. Shows like The Simpsons, Empire, and American Idol, and more were all showcased in the video. Bill, this is a really, really big happening in the entertainment world, kind of unprecedented when you have a company like Disney buying out a company like Fox, absorbing both their film and television divisions. They're selling off their news, they're selling off their sports, but their film and TV properties are now under Disney's control. But it's kind of neat that they're still keeping the Fox network, TV network.
Oh, well, you definitely got to keep Fox network.
Because I feel like what this is going to be both in the film and TV worlds, and we're going to piggyback between both here. We're going to transition between the TV and movies here. But what this really is Miramax all over again. Disney owned Miramax.
Yeah.
And they released their R-rated
companies.
films, Jay and Silent Bob and shit like that. So they had the rights to these movies that they're not going to release under the Disney banner, but they can still have the means to put it out under a different banner, but still reap the benefits.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
when you're having, keeping the Fox broadcast network as it is, or if they're going to keep we're going to talk about the Axe, one of the Fox studios, the smaller ones, but they still have, the indie one, Fox Searchlight. If they keep that around, that's another division that they can release the smaller indie films, but under a different guise where it's not a Disney film. The whole crux of this goes back to the fact that they want to acquire content for their upcoming streaming service, Disney Plus, right?
Right.
We've talked about that plenty of times. So what they now were able to do was, accumulate all of those, whether it be movie or TV properties that they can put on that platform for the new subscribers that are going to be coming on board whenever they do finally release it. Bill, what are your thoughts on the merger as a whole? And we're going to stick with the TV side more with things. The Simpsons are going to stay where they are. Empire, American Idol, Family Guy, stuff like that. It's not going to be you're not going to see the Disney logo on it before it pops up on screen, but they're still going to be making the money from it. So do you think it's a good move to keep Fox kind of where it is, just to not shake things up so much?
In terms of brand, yeah. They're, when you look at the divisions they're slashing, these smaller divisions that just, they have no need for. Disney took over Fox because of the massive amount of content that they have. Not only on top of that, when you think about it, Fox was also partnered with Hulu. And when you think about Disney, who is trying to get into that streaming game, they need a platform. They need something that they can work with, that they can launch themselves off of. So, it was, in terms of business, it was a very, very compatible match. Now, Fox as a brand, that's a huge brand. That's not something you just, strip down and slap a new name on, because people identify with it. When you think of,
there's power in there.
Right. When you think of Fox TV, just regular Fox, not talking like Fox News or anything like that, but when you think of regular Fox, you can think back to a time when a certain show of yours was on that network. You could think back to Married with Children, which basically made that network, in the early 90s, as far as establishing a family show that pushes the envelope of border insane. And so you're not going to be able to get rid of a major network like that. That's in their favor. But Fox, as far as the TV side of things right now, when you look at Disney and what they've acquired, like I said, they've acquired a lot of content. And in that content, there are big brands like The Simpsons, like Empire. So it doesn't make sense to axe these things. It makes sense to use these, as your anchors in securing, what your intent is to build around and promote and things like that, because these are now your products. These are now your, you have to cater to your fan base now. So you have to make sure that, the things that are making you money continue to make you money. So, that's why, you're seeing that. And I think with Disney too, what you're going to see right now is you're going to see that tightening up of the ship a little bit. You're going to see certain things, get the axe, or you're going to see certain things, not move forward in a sense, because Disney needs to see what at the moment focus in on what is going to be profitable from that Fox foundation and see what they can put their money into that will instantly push them into success. At the same time, I'm sure you'll see other developments as they take place on the back end of things. I'm sure there's going to be other creative moves and things like that we'll find out along the way. But in terms of product on the TV side, yeah, you want to roll the dice with the things that are making you money right now, like Simpsons, Empire. Just makes sense.
Okay, I'm just looking in the chat here. We have Julian Brown. He says, so Fox News, Fox Business is now under the new Fox umbrella company or corporation. So like we said, those things are not going to be part of, the Disney.
Right. Those are all, respective entities under that umbrella. And so, they each get managed with a certain, with a certain
I think that kind of thing fell under like the monopoly law, where they can't have a certain amount of the sports broadcast networks or the news outlets or things like that. So that's why they had to sell off those specific ones. Julian also goes on to say, and I'm not quite sure what he's referencing, but he says Disney does not own those properties, and Fox employees under the new company are getting new stock portfolios. There is a report out that there are going to be a lot of jobs lost, which we're going to get into here. But I also did hear that people that are going to be losing their jobs are being offered anywhere between 1 and 2 years of severance as a part of their exit from their job. So if they are losing their jobs, which is all obviously a horrible thing, at least they're walking away with a nice little chunk to get them through before they can find another position.
For sure.
We're going to switch over here, Bill, to the film portion of our
Flip
show
the script,
here.
baby.
Flip the script.
Flip the script.
We're going to stick with this merger here. The Disney buyout of 21st Century Fox has been finalized, like we just said. In the wake of the news of the merger, it was also announced that the Fox 2000 film division has been shut down. I know they put out films like Love, Simon and The Fault in Our Stars, like smaller indie kind of things. So that whole studio division is done. Experts are projecting anywhere from 4,000 to 10,000 people will soon be out of work. So like we were just saying, Bill, if these people are losing their jobs, at least they're going to be offered a severance kind of package. Or maybe they're going to get new, like Julian just said in the chat here, he's going to, they're going to get some kind of new stock portfolio options or things like that. So, if they are losing their jobs, hopefully they're being compensated and taken care of while they can find new work, like I said. But Bill, go ahead, and after you're finished that, we're going to
absolutely
read
so
the next one.
With all this, hubbub of franchises and business decisions, I'm sure you've all heard about one of the biggest flip-flops this past week after Disney's firing of James Gunn last year amidst of controversy of old tweets and blog posts. The House of Mouse has rehired Guardians of the Galaxy director to return to the third installment of the franchise. Though Guardians 3 is set to begin production later this year, Marvel has agreed to let Gunn complete his work on DC's The Suicide Squad. So, that means you're not going to see a Guardians 3 until at least 2021?
Yeah, 2021, 2022, something like that.
Get ready for that not being important for a while.
Yeah.
So, this is, big flip-flop here. Disney caves in, lets Gunn back in on the Marvel gig after they let him go for some old-ass tweets that they said was, I
got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, not in line with, with their agenda and stuff like that. Now they bring him back. I have no insight as to what prompted them to bring him back. Could have been money, could have been to avoid a lawsuit, something like that, considering the fact that they're willing to let him work on the DC project as well, give him that time to do that. I think this could have probably have turned into, something ugly that they probably just figured, hey, they probably got on their knees, said sorry, and begged them back, basically.
You kind of got to wonder, what the real motivation is behind getting him. It is because of all the backlash, which I don't feel like there was, an overabundance of. I think people are kind of split down the middle.
Nobody's like clamoring about, the fact that he is back. I think it's just more.
Do you think it also falls on the fact that, they let him go and DC picked him up? And they're like, all right, well, if you're going to have him, maybe it's all right for us to have him too. So we want him back too. Do you think that's, kind of, posturing a little bit between the two companies?
I don't.
Because I think DC hiring him right off the bat was definitely a shot.
Well, they also hired, what's his name, to do reshoots for,
who?
He did Avengers 1.
Joss Whedon.
Yeah. They hired him to do reshoots.
Yeah.
I think their insight into that creative process is probably what attracts DC, but I don't think Marvel looks at DC as competition right now at all.
Why would you?
No. But I think
had 2 or 3 good movies.
Yeah. I think what I think what it is though is that if one, you can't let the Guardians property fall to the wayside, because even though you didn't have high expectations coming out of the gate, like you didn't know how it was going to test, you didn't know how audiences were going to receive it, you didn't know how it was going to play into the whole thing. It was a gamble. It was a gamble that paid off well. A lot of people liked it. I really liked the first Guardians.
Yeah.
And there is a certain tone, a certain, stamp on the product that is of James Gunn. He, his style, his personality, everything is on those movies when you watch it. Even the second one, which I don't care for, it's still
that's being nice.
Yeah, it is still
the movie blows.
It still has his his trademarks on it. You know what I mean? So I think when you're looking at, a third installment, how does that look playing out? We bring in a new writer, a new crew, things like that. Script gets changed around. Then you got that person's, take on it and things like that. And not that, they wouldn't be prepared to go in that direction, because I'm sure they, can handpick a number of qualified people to jump in on the spot. But your third installment, is it going to feel like a course correct? Is it going to feel like, it has nothing to do, tonally?
I think there's a good chance to see Stallone's team come in and be the main focus of the film.
I don't see that happening.
I don't. Yeah, we got to see how Endgame's going to play out.
Yeah,
or
I just don't think.
Yeah, is Gamora going to come back? Are any of the Dusted characters coming back? I mean, if they're not, then how are you going to do Guardians 3? I mean,
I think
the prequel, but that'd be stupid.
I think the fact that it's
just
pushed,
like Guardians 2 was stupid.
Yeah, I think the fact that it's pushed out this long, I don't see this franchise going that much further. But I do think that they want to set a certain tone with it, even if it is the last Guardians movie that they do. I think they want to keep consistency, and I think the one thing that you lose. Yes, Groot even agrees.
Nobody talks to my friends like that.
No, why would you? But I think you lose consistency if you don't have James Gunn in the seat. If the movie sucks, it sucks, and it's James Gunn's third movie that sucks, and not somebody else's movie that tried to be this or tried to do that in the same sense, and it sucks. So I think, I'm fine with him being back in the captain's chair for directing this movie. I think it needs to be on his shoulders to either make fans happy, make Marvel happy, or do whatever is necessary to make this a decent turnaround. Because he jammed stuff. He packed it like a fucking Thanksgiving turkey, Guardians 2. And it was just so much shit. It's like you stuffed the turkey with everything, you turned the oven on high, and you didn't even let it cook thoroughly. It was just like, oh dude, I want to throw so much good shit inside this thing. It's gonna be so good. And
you're making me hungry here.
And then you bite into it and you get some cold chunks in there, or it's soggy, or just
no.
not good. Yeah, exactly. That's Guardians 2. Is gross.
Matt Damon.
Yeah, gross sogginess. So
Mother of God.
yeah, Tazi equals pedo protector. What?
What? What is that? Who says that?
Pat Mahoney.
No clue.
Hollywood.
Oh, because they're talking about James Gunn.
Hollywood protects pedos.
I get it.
When did I
get it.
comment on any kind of?
He's
Pat-
talking about his tweets and
Yeah, I know
blog
he's talking about
posts.
the tweets, but I didn't mention anything about the tweets. I'm
Pat's
talking
one of
about the
them
guy's
like
work.
transgendered alt-right, left-wing.
How'd you just go?
Are any other directions in there? Up, left, down, right, down, right.
Is he top or bottom?
He's both. He's a pansexual,
Cisgender
hipster.
Yeah. Pat, just shut the fuck up. Moving on. Let's get out of here.
Mike, I want to get your take on any of these topics that we just did. The James
the James Gunn thing,
coming back, or the Fox Disney merger.
Well, I
want to come back to that for.
I love James Gunn. He's great. One of the first movies I seen that he directed was Slither. I also love. I think we discussed this before.
Yes.
We discussed this when he got fired from Guardians.
Yeah.
Was that he is a guy that started off with trauma, and I'm a huge trauma guy. So.
Who's the leader? Who's the leader of trauma?
That is Lloyd Kaufman.
Yeah,
Uncle Lloyd.
Lloyd Braun.
He tweeted back at us not too long ago.
Yeah, I seen that. Lloyd knows who Toxic is. Knows me. I've talked to him. I've hung out with him. He's a great guy. He also
Lloyd Braun.
He also does some work with some of my old wrestling buddies who have been in his films. So we got some ties to Lloyd. But I've been.
You got him in?
I bet you we could. I 100% think we could.
Get him in.
I'll see what I can do.
Talk to him.
But so that's when I started.
Why do you do all these weird movies, Lloyd?
Why? And then just all right. Interview's done. Goodbye.
Yeah. All right.
But that's when I started following James Gunn on Twitter and everything, long before the Guardians thing. And I just think he's great. He's friends with a lead singer from Mindless Self-Indulgence, Jimmy Urine, which I think that guy's awesome.
Urine?
Jimmy Urine.
Urine.
So
pee?
I like him. I
stinks.
think he's a good guy. But and I think that this stupid whole thing is just ridiculous, and the tweet was ridiculous. And the fact that people can get fired over tweets, unless you're like outing yourself as a neo-Nazi or like, you know what I mean? Like outing yourself as a member of something that is so outrageous.
I'm a member of the Knights of Columbus.
Exactly.
You said member.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
He did.
So
I did.
I'm all about it. The whole thing with Fox, if everybody, I am old enough to remember when Fox first came on the scene. Fox was the rebellious network.
Right. They did everything against the norm.
Against the norm.
TV.
Mad TV. They had
I love Mad TV.
Married with Children.
Married with Children.
It was everything that was against. They were the independent TV station.
The MTV.
Anti-establishment.
There you go. Anti-establishment TV show, and they always goofed on themselves about how you couldn't get their channel in properly, and that's what they were, and they were great. The Simpsons, everything that was, against the norm.
Well, that's like I said, when you talk about brand, that's as big as you get, right?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously Disney's not going to want to just make the Fox brand go away.
No,
they want to capitalize
absolutely.
on that.
But it is weird that they get picked up by the Disney, who is the image of wholesomeness. And like, I just came back from Disney. It was a great trip. They serve beer at every park now, by the way.
Yeah, parents got to get through the days like now.
But no, so it is just awkward to see them picked up by Disney, who is they embody wholesomeness and family.
Oh yeah.
To bring on the one who had Al Bundy, who would talk about fat girls trying on shoes.
Peg.
But I think in 2019 though, when you look at the fact that they Disney wants to make movies and stuff like that are very progressive and things like that. I think it's very progressive business wise to say, listen, we're moving into the future of our business. We're not the little Mickey Mouse company that we were.
The little Mickey Mouse company.
That we were 50 plus years ago.
I understood that reference.
Yes, we're a conglomerate now. That is expanding. They're more than just making kids movies anymore. They are now a global brand. Yeah, Miramax was a subdivision.
Right.
For people that don't know, go Google and do your research.
Google it.
Disney had independent film companies that I'm sure you would recognize their names if you saw them.
But that was another thing, though. When they owned all these companies,
Right.
it wasn't public knowledge that they owned these companies. They kind of just
Because it was
go.
pretty much before the age of the internet.
Right. It was, you couldn't,
Good point.
yeah.
What is the internet?
They didn't have people like us talking about it all the time.
Yeah. But I mean, that's how
Giving our opinions.
but
not
Here we are now.
But that's how they did businesses under these different production companies. Now,
Right.
okay, you get to do the same thing, but on a on a more digital scale. So like you can now have ESPN under your belt covering the sport that you're actually showing on Fox. So like
Yeah.
you get to make
you can
money.
promote when you have the Grammys on your network. You can promote that you're having the Super Bowl too,
Right.
or whatever
So
it
when
is.
Yeah.
you have
Or you have when the new Marvel movie's coming out, which is owned by Disney, and
Right.
you have the cast coming on to Jimmy Fallon,
Yeah.
who hosts a late night talk show on ABC,
Owned by.
owned by Disney.
Right.
You're just feeding.
And maybe if you have
yourself to yourself,
you have a TV show that starts out on
cannibalizing
ABC.
yourself.
You have a
But
show
in a
that
good
starts
way.
out on ABC that's sandwiched in between two shows that
Ooh.
don't fit.
What
Yeah.
kind of sandwich?
Maybe it gets moved over to Fox, where if it's
Bologna.
a more appropriate
I hate
lineup.
bologna. Fuck
I don't like bologna.
No, that's a poor man's.
Oh, dude, it is such a poor man.
It-
Because
it-
I was there not too long ago.
Is it more poor than Spam?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's trash.
Yes.
You would rather eat Spam over bologna?
I would spit on bologna before I ever put it in my mouth.
Is that how you eat it? Is that
No, I just
Is
like,
that what you do?
hock a big luger on it.
Your girl just looks at you. What are you doing? I'm eating bologna.
Yeah.
Pat calls Disney the Apple of entertainment, which is bad for business.
I don't think it.
Well,
if
it's
they
bad for
keep
business
doing it.
in
Look,
in
Pat
the
just
sense-
haven't seen Captain Marvel yet.
I would
See
say-
how
I would-
great it is.
If you're going to do that kind of comparison, I wouldn't say Apple. I would say WWE, because WWE bought up all of its competition, and anybody who was a fan of WWE when it was WWF knows that competition bred so much awesomeness from it that just created so much great content. Now that they have no competition,
But they were a singular brand, though.
it's bland.
Right, and look at
They
it
don't
now.
have- they don't have to be better.
Now people are making up new wrestling leagues, and you got
Oh, they're starting to. Yeah,
you got superstars that are taking
didn't,
taking a
Cody
hometown
Rhodes
discount
just-
to go to these smaller.
AEW. Yeah, Cody Rhodes just created AEW. You've got Ring of Honor, but none of them are on the level of like WCW or ECW.
But when you get big like that, your quality suffers.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Because
saying.
As you get bigger, your quality and the product that you make has to be more mainstream. You have certain demographics that you are trying to target
Yes.
now. Whereas before you were just like, I just want to get noticed. I want viewership. Now you are
But no. If you look back at, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but if you look back on the WCW, WWE days when they would go head to head on Monday night, I used to love you.
I
click
love that.
back and forth. You didn't know who was going to show up on which side.
Yeah,
what
wrestling
was going to
wars,
happen.
man.
You had WWE. You had WCW who was revealing what was going to happen on WWE because they were pre-taped. They knew the outcome, so they'd come on first thing and say, "Well, this is what's going to happen. There's all your spoilers. Now you can stay here."
Yeah.
like the backstabbing, the roughness, the hunger to beat the other guy. When you don't have that anymore,
right,
it all
and
suffers.
that's because you had two businessmen going at it. You
Right.
had
Eric
Vince
Bischoff.
McMahon. Well, Eric Bischoff was behind the scenes, but really at the time you had
Vince
Ted
Russo.
Turner.
yes,
And
Ted
these
Turner.
guys were trying to build their conglomerate companies. And ultimately Vince McMahon, had a more viable product. and
Which
was
is
able to-
crazy
was
because
able
you
to
would
buy
think
them
that
out,
somebody
but-
with Ted Turner who owns multiple TV networks.
But that was the problem. Actually, if you ever watched the documentary, that was the problem. Ted Turner was a TV network
Yeah.
guy, not a wrestling
Right.
guy, whereas Vince was a wrestling guy.
But
So
couldn't
where
you
kinda-
sink
but
the money into getting somebody like that and keep
That's
your
what they
hands
try
off
to
of
do
it?
with
Yeah,
Vince
but when you
Russo
put
and
when you
all
put
that.
the money into it, though, you lose things like heart and passion and certain things that you don't put a price on. So
Yeah,
with
that
like
makes
Mike
sense.
saying, with
So-
Vince McMahon being bred in the business, he has a
I mean, that's why. I mean, to more of an extent, being like a cult following thing, ECW was what it was,
Right.
because it had that intimacy.
Exactly.
Where
100%.
you're selling out a fucking church hall
So
in the city,
If it ends, so Disney on the other hand, so you got WWE who then had to create their own kind of quote competition, SmackDown and other shows and NXT and all these other shows where they're creating their own, but it's still their brand. So if you've got Disney who, like you said, has all of these other brands that they're overseeing and they're feeding themselves, well, where's the competition? I mean, they still have it. There's other brands out
it's
there
like
that they're not going
competition,
to, but it becomes internal competition, which
I mean, they will still compete independently of
You sound like John Gruden right there.
Yeah, you see what's going to happen here is the the TV shows are going to go up against the movies, and then the movies and the TV are going to go up against the streaming service together head on and hate. But yeah, I mean, basically here, corporate takeovers and all this kind of business and stuff like that should be interesting on that front. James Gunn, yeah, all right. Well, I think we've moved on.
Yeah,
from that.
I mean,
So,
it is what it is.
Go watch
I'm
Slither.
excited to see Brightburn.
yeah,
That's cool.
that did look cool.
Other than that, Bill,
But we
that's
gotta
gonna-
get moving
that's gonna
along
do
here,
for
man.
our flipping the script segment. We're going to delve into the world of the strange, Bill, in our strange stories.
Yeah.
segment. A massive scandal has been uncovered regarding college admissions of students of high-profile parents. Actresses Lori Loughlin and Felicity Huffman are some of the most recognizable names on the list that boasts 50 names. The people involved are said to have bribed SAT proctors and college coaches into getting their children into schools undeservedly. Laughlin paid $500,000 for her daughter Olivia Jade to get into USC under the guise that she was on the rowing team. Laughlin was also fired from her role on Netflix's Fuller House and her role on the Hallmark Channel's When Calls the Heart. Bill, take it away. No, it's a show. Next.
And go.
Read the next one now.
I kind of want to discuss that. When
we
calls the heart?
We do that at the end.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Just read the next story, Bill.
I'll read it.
Do it live.
Fuck it, do it live. Former That's So Raven star Kyle Massey is facing a lawsuit for allegedly sending explicit photos and videos to a 13-year-old girl. According to court documents filed Friday, Massey first met the child's family when she was 4 years old and held himself out as a father figure to her over the years. The girl reached out in late 2018 to express interest in auditioning for a role on the recently rebooted Ravens home. In response, Massey allegedly suggested that the girl fly out to LA and stay with him and his girlfriend while he helped her get a talent agent. Days later, Massey allegedly proceeded to send the child numerous sexually explicit text messages, images, and photos, including a Snapchat of himself holding his erect penis. Massey is being sued for $1.5 million, but claims he's being extorted.
Well, Game of Thrones star Emilia Clarke revealed that during past seasons of the HBO hit series that she had multiple surgeries for brain aneurysms, Bill. Though Clarke suffered tremendous pain, memory loss, and years of recovery, she claims to have healed beyond her most unreasonable hopes and touts that being 100%.
Well,
You all right there, Hank?
yeah, I was preparing to say this name. Kevin Yoshihara.
Suchihara.
Yoshihara.
We were watching The Iron Chef.
Peeking.
Who's on?
Squeeze on. Squeeze on. I'm sorry. I was peeking Mike's board there for him. Kevin Shushihara has resigned his post as chairman
Lost the
CEO.
Asian fans of the show.
Stop! CEO of Warner Brothers following an investigation into his relationship
Fifth time this song.
with, with actress Charlotte Kirk.
Charlotte. Charlotte.
Can I finish?
Can I finish?
Can I finish?
I'm finished.
I don't even know where I'm at.
Charlotte
Kirk and allegations he used his clout to help her. What?
How big is this cloud?
Wait, did he use the cloud? He used the cloud?
All right, look, he's fucking out of here.
Yeah,
All right.
basically,
Done.
basically, this
He's
dude
out.
that was running Warner's is out because he was fucking around.
Done.
And they told him to step.
All right, and
That's strange
finally,
stories.
Mama June, mother of Honey Boo Boo, was arrested at a gas station in Tuskegee, Alabama last weekend for possession of a controlled substance, crack cocaine. Mama June's boyfriend, Gino Doak, was also arrested and allegedly threatened to kill her as cops arrived on the scene. The pair was seen only days later gambling at a casino. Bill,
We're on a riverboat casino. Smoke crack cocaine.
that is going to do it for our strange stories. Michael, anything that really stuck out for you from these strange stories?
Yeah,
Well,
Bill trying to suck in that smoke and choking to death. Sucking it in, Bill.
I'm peeking.
Keep on sucking it in.
Yeah, that's
Is that good for you? Is that good? Yeah?
that's disgusting.
That is disgusting. Knock it off. Jesus Christ.
Imagine that.
All right, anything
Flapping against your butt cheeks.
Mike. Yeah, we got it. Mama June.
Oh no, the Mama June
USC
thing. I
scandal.
love Mama June, especially when she lost all that friggin' weight, and you just look at her like you are still. Because there are
A big slob.
There are big girls, and I've seen them out. You go out to the bar, and you see big girls, and you're like, oh my, like it's a pretty big girl. Like girls that are big can be pretty,
Yeah.
and you say, oh my God, if she lost all that weight, she'd be a knockout.
That's awful.
Is that awful to say?
Yeah.
I don't care.
We've lost the female.
I don't care. But I'm not talking about like I love. No. Wait.
You
I'm not
alt-left.
I'm not talking about like
Pansexual.
I'm just simmer down.
But have you ever seen a
I'm
girl?
not
Have you ever seen a girl in that situation that you're saying if she lost this weight? Have you ever seen someone that lost the weight and then you actually think they look better with the weight?
Wait, real fast. I want to put an asterisk on that. I like big girls.
And he
I'm
cannot
talking.
lie.
I'm talking about Mama June big. I'm talking about eating Gilbert Grape big. But you see those type of girls, and you know they still got the pretty face. Anyway, I'm a horrible. I can't win on this one.
Oh my.
But yeah, so Mama June lost the weight, and I think she looks uglier.
Well, just so our audience knows, we love all people, all humans of all wonderful shapes and sizes. We were all created with a specific,
Did I just
unique
James Gunn myself?
purpose. And
Toxic
Also-
Radio owner Michael Francolino gets busted
And-
for alleged
and-
podcasting
listen,
conversation.
if you like scrawny guys who meal prep on Sundays, ladies, our producer is your man. And you know what? Maybe he will fat shame you into losing 50 pounds, but not before him turning you into a cult-loving keto avocado lover of some sort. But also, please make sure you tune into the Cinescape.com if you want to win this cool Captain Marvel gift pack. We have Captain Marvel Pop. We have a Yawn Rug Pop. And we have Goose the Cat Pop. And you also get a Marvel Captain Marvel pin. You can pin it on your shirt and go further. Your lapel. You can go higher, further, faster. And you'll also get the magazine, Sean. Show them. It's in front of your laptop. So, if you're tuning in, please go to the Cinescape.com. I'm going to point as if I'm pointing at the syllables.
It's not really down there.
Right.
But just imagine.
But if you were to go,
next time it will be.
Cinescape.com.
.com.
I'm gonna make it with a bouncing ball.
.com.
Yo, can you do that?
.com.
I could.
Not .biz, right?
Yeah, not .biz,
.biz.
not .gov,
No.
not .net,
Nope.
not
We're legitty.
not whatever your school is, not .edu, not .org, not .cash or whatever. It's .com, the original OG, the Cinescape.com.
That's right.
Win this shit. Kid's birthday's coming up. Boom! Captain Marvel gift pack. Hey, Kyle, I love you.
Who's Kyle?
And, I know it's your
The HR guy for my work.
13th birthday, Well, here you go. I got you this Captain Marvel gift pack.
Excellent.
I know. That's because I love you, son. And there you go. Or, hey, you know what? Maybe you got a daughter, and she's like, I want to be like Captain Marvel when I grow up. Sean, you hear little girls saying, I want to be Captain Marvel when I grow up? Yeah. They're saying
all
it.
the time.
I know. And you know what? Here's a chance to get in.
Well, let's start the insanity.
Let's do it.
Oh, Jesus.
Get in right now. Cinescape.com.
We'll start doing the shots.
And get your kid some cool
All right.
Yeah, we'll
Captain
today.
Marvel stuff.
And with that, we are going to get out of here today. Maybe if Mike's not doing anything, we can do an after show. I don't know.
Maybe Mike will just let you run
discuss.
for like an extra 10 minutes. And
Well, we're good with wrapping it up here where we're at.
Mike's giving us the old swirly.
Yeah, swirly sign means shut up now. So that's going to do it for us today. For myself, Sean Harrigan, for Bill Rowdy Tozzi, and Toxic Mike, Frank Lino, we wanted to say thank you for joining us. We will see you again in a couple of weeks. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Have a great weekend, everyone.
Peace.
Love you.